Okay, never mind. Uh, okay. Nope, tak boleh. Kena buka Google. Okay. Okay, this is crude oil WTI futures. Okay, no, sorry. This is futures. Kan saya pakai WTI. Alright, so WTI. Okay, I think that's. Now let's look at the example that I mentioned. Okay, you can during the speech. Okay, during the speech, I don't remember what would be the date, exact date. Okay, but um, mm, let's check. Okay, let's check first. Future, this is daily. Okay, probably this is the one, or is it this? 12 October agreement. Hmm? I'm not really sure when is the. I think this is the one. 21. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Ada brokerage house, okay. Ada juga yang you boleh. Okay, I think this is 21st of May. No, this is yesterday. Yesterday. Tak, yang ini bukan. Saya nak tengok yang mana lah dia naik. Ini bila 21st May. 20th. So, every day dia naik. Because every day there are reports of the oil report. So every day, that's why I don't masuk masa time ni sebab nak tunggu time report tu nak kena tengok kan. So every day dia ada report, dia tengok ni dia jatuh. Okay. Alright, so mana dia? Alright. 72. I think this is the spike, right? 16th of May. Okay, 16th of May. Probably this is the one. You can see that from 71 it goes up until 71.85. Okay, so just within 5 minutes. Okay, yang ni bukan lah, rasanya mana yang dia bagi. I think this is the one time Donald Trump tu buat tu, saya tak ingat tarikh dia bila. Tapi Donald Trump buat tu memang at that particular time when he is delivering the speech. Okay, you can see the price of the oil goes up. Bila end dia, barulah dia punya stop tu buat correction balik. Tapi lepas tu dia keep on rising lah. But the correction is quite heavy juga. But can dia akan ada correction because it goes up too high. Then it must go back to correction before it goes up again. So basically you can make 200% or 300% in one night, in 5 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes, right? So that, but you can only lose also the same amount of money if you really sometimes that it's quite volatile. Okay, you can see that the market is volatile. Okay, see the market is volatile, and especially when you are using margin, then it's very so for example today is quite heavy, the drop down is quite heavy, and the price is already above than $72 per barrel. Okay, so this goes up until 72.61, which is the highest, okay, the price of the oil, the highest. Because if you look at the price, we have, see, this is daily price. So this is the highest in this year. Okay, the price of oil is about 100 per barrel last time, before we have like a very economic problems, right? Now it's actually going up, going back to the 100 per barrel. Dia tu naik juga. News tu kalau there will be a spike up or spike down. Okay, news, for example, they want to do a sanction on Iran, so Iran will not be able to sell their oil again, right, to European countries. So what happens is that the supply of oil will be smaller because Iran cannot sell, right? So when the supply is small, demand is there, so the price of oil, the expected price will be higher. Okay, so that's one example of the news coming into the policy of Donald Trump, for example, and what happened to the price of commodity or stock market and so on. All right, so we continue on to our discussion, okay, or lecture. All right, so under the individual investors, all right. Okay, goals important. Okay, goals. What is your goal? Why do you want to invest? Right. Definitely you want to do something. Okay. Some invest because they want to get married. Some invest because they want to do pilgrimage. Some invest want to buy a house. Okay, and so on. Okay. All right. So it depends on your goals. And then tax management is important part of decision. Okay, tax management for the for the stock market is really interesting, is that you don't have to pay tax right now, but you have GST, okay, and stamp duty. And now stamp duty is also being, some of the stock or counters has been waived, okay, stamp duty. All right. Institutional investors, okay, basically primary reason for establishing a long-term investment policy for institutional investors, basically to prevent arbitrary revision of soundly designed investment policy, help portfolio manager to plan and execute on a long-term basis, right? So basically, this is basically the institutional investor. They will look at the long-term investment. Okay, they don't. But sometime in the stock market right now, currently in Malaysia, institutional investors are becoming like individual investors. They are becoming like more traders. Buy and sell. Okay, normally you buy and then you hold quite for some time. It's as an institutional. Now you can see that today they buy, tomorrow they sell. Today they buy. Okay, they tend to become like a trader. So it really affect the market when the institution becoming like this. Okay. Okay, then we formulate investment policy. Investment policy summarizes the objective, constraint, and preference of all the investors. Information needed is the objective, return requirement, and risk tolerance. So, which is depending back on your commitment, life stage, and then so on. Okay, if you are still in the younger stage, then you are more, you can go for more risk, high risk, and okay, but it depends also, right? So if you lose all your money, right? So it's risky, very risky, right? Because if you are becoming like a traders, right, in the global market, your commodities or in the whatever you tried before the stock market, so which is very volatile. You can lose all your money because if you are using margin, margin, you are using margin. Because margin is actually you buy the commodities, okay, because you cannot buy the whole contract, okay, for example. So you use margin, you use the broker's money actually to probably maybe you only buy 1/10, 1 to 10. So the price is 10, but you use only 1. 9 is actually using other, okay. So that's margin. So margin is very high risk because they will call your margin. Okay, when your margin is, we call it, fall below your minimum margin. Okay, so the call off is very, they will, like, for example, they will alert margin is, for example, is now is in the yellow area, please deposit money. Okay, within 1-2 seconds or 3 seconds they already cut your investment because it's already down. Okay, so that's something which is you lose money because of margin call, not because of your analysis is incorrect, but because of margin call. Okay, margin call, and you are not able to top up money. Okay, you know what's margin actually? Actually, margin is actually you are using leverage. Okay, you're using leverage. Right. And then constraint and preference. Liquidity, okay, you want money, you want cash, right? You want to hold cash or not? The liquidity issues are there. Okay, if you are invest in a real asset, you are not liquid. Okay, if you invest in real estate, for example, you are not liquid. You are liquid when you sell the house, right? But stock market, they are liquid. Okay, if you buy stock, but sometimes stock also they are not liquid because if you buy stock which is not active, the volume is not there. Okay, volume. So you need to look at also the value. If you want to consider liquidity as one of that, liquidity is, which means that, okay, if I want to withdraw the money, okay, then you can do that. Okay, time horizon. Okay, time horizon, which means that probably you want to do it for 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 10 years. Okay, laws and regulations, taxes, unique preferences. Unique preferences, the very simple one is if you are looking only for the Sharia compliant investment. So that is your unique preference, right? You are looking only at sukuk only. Why you need? I don't know. But that is unique, right? Your preference, right? And so on. Okay, life cycle approach. Let's look at this. Return and risk. Okay, return and risk. Life cycle approach. Okay, you can see that this is CBA, right? The return is higher here for A, but the risk is higher also for A. Moderate for B, and then lower for C. Okay. Can you define where are you? Are you in A, B, or C? Okay, let's just ask. Okay, what about you? A, B, or C? You C. You B. C. You. Where are you? C. B. Okay. Right. So majority are C. Women. Okay. Alright. Okay. So basically that because basically women are more we call it low risk taker as compared to men. And if we can insure the capital, we will go for insured capital. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes also for men, sometimes orang investment tak main insured capital kan. Kalau kami ni pilihan selain kami boleh kata apa nak save lah nak protect your capital. Yes, protect. Yeah, that's the nature of women. Yeah, we know if you are looking at you are like for example unit trust agent, you are selling what call it investment. You need to see that the demographic profile or the gender also plays an important role in how you actually want to push them. Because women are more towards really being secured. Right. Men can take more risks. That's why they are men. Right. You know, because they like to take risks. Right. Women don't like to take risks. They want security. This is true because if you compare between, if you are given a scenario, okay, a man who are an entrepreneur and compared to a man who have working as full-time employees at a government sector. You are given these two goes into and then try to propose marriage to a woman. Okay, so the woman will choose the government servant. Because talking from experience. Right? No. Okay. The government servant because we don't ask the man. Let's say we ask the woman. Okay. Terjamin masa depan. No. But you don't know because the risk that the entrepreneurs are taking, maybe he will become like Bill Gates or maybe he will become like Mark Zuckerberg. Lagi terjamin kan? Right? Tapi the risk that you want to face, you are taking. Okay, the woman they don't actually. Oh tak apalah, that is high risk. Right? The parents also will also look. Okay, ini entrepreneur lah. Okay, entrepreneur tak boleh. Ni high risk. Ni government servant, okay. Ni pension ada, okay boleh. Alright, so that's the thing. Okay, this is okay. Risk and return position at various life cycle stage. Accumulation Phase is the early career. This is the early career. You all study C kan? Spending phase. Spending and gifting. Now B is consolidation phase, mid to late career. So middle and to late career is here. Okay. Yang ni yang baru-baru, risk return. Sepatutnya kat sini. Kan? Tapi you all dekat sini. Kat sini ni, kat C ni, iaitu spending phase. Banyak spend je lah ni. Shopping, kan? Commitment. So one more thing is that the men, they have to find or get money. Women spend the money. Then it balance. Nature. Yes. So that's the thing. That's the joke. Tapi it's true. Okay, it's true. Okay, the men try to get to acquire income to be spent by the woman. Okay, to tell you the truth, there are different. We have different ethnics in Malaysia. Okay, the Malays, they are a bit late in the investment, especially in the stock market. They will be in the 30s, 40s, then only they will enter in the stock market. But the other races, which is the Chinese, for example, they tend to be in the market as young as possible because they are more risk taker at that particular time. They can absorb higher risk, right? Okay, and they are more younger because from what I've seen in the market. Okay, but I have actually don't make any survey about that. But from my encounters with these investors, these traders in the stock market, okay, the Chinese are more young, okay, as compared to the Malays. Right. We tend to be more conservative. And the women participation is growing, you see. The women participation is growing. A lot of the women are now becoming avid investors or traders. Okay? They can also become a household. Suri rumah atau housewife. At the same time, they are traders. They are investors. Yeah, because the time constraint, that's the one constraint. Okay, if you want to become the trader, you need to monitor. Okay, if you cannot monitor, try to become investors. Right. All right. Can we have a break for? Or we will have a break for 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So oh, baru 10 slide. 10 slide of 108. So, banyak. Huh? Market tak berapa bagus. Merah ni. Okay, kita boleh start boleh. Um, okay, macam mana nak formulate investment policy? Jadi we need to formulate investment policy, individu or also for institution. If okay, look at investment policy should contain a statement about inflation and adjusted return. Uh, Inflation and also adjusted return. Clearly a problem for investors because common stock are not always an inflation hedge. Okay, inflation. What do you know about inflation? Hmm. Price increase, right? Your purchasing power. Okay, basically your purchasing getting lower and lower from time to time. The price of the goods becoming more expensive with your current what you call it income. Okay, then your disposable income becoming lower and lower because you have to pay more for your food, groceries, and services, and so on. All right, now if we want to invest, for example, we need to get the return, okay, from our investment at least much more than the inflation rate. Okay, because if it is only inflation, it's actually the same. You don't have any increase. Okay, you don't have any increase in your capital. So this is the problem with investors. Sometimes we do not take into consideration of the inflation rate. Right? What will be the inflation rate for Malaysia right now? Not really sure. 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%? Inflation rate. Malaysian inflation rate. Okay. Get the answer? Tak ada. Ada tak? 3. Ah, 3.63. Alright. Okay. That is our average inflation. 3.63. Now if you invest your money in the bank, how much is the bank giving you per annum? 3%? Really? That much? Okay, Taboji 6%. Around 6. Bank? 3%? Right now 3%? Uh, you have different, okay? You have fixed. Okay, you have which one you're talking about 3%? Savings. 3%. So if 3%, does it more compared to your inflation? 3.6, right, just now? So 3%, so it's no point saving your money in the bank unless you want to save the money as initial of your capital. For investment, for your investment but rather than keeping in the bank, you might want to keep in the tabung haji or ASB because the return is at least giving 6%, much more from the inflation rate, 3.6. At least you have more than the inflation rate. Okay, so that is a simple calculation of how you want to look at it. But we do have uh, detailed calculation, okay, on the inflation rate, on the nominal, and also the real rate of interest. Okay, because even though we interest is riba or prohibition is prohibited in Islam, but sometimes we need to just understand what is actually happening and how do actually when you talk about riba, then you know. Yeah, interest is riba. Okay, riba is prohibited. Okay. That's the thing. Nowadays, everything is we have elements of riba. Most of the okay the things. So that's why the hadith say that even you are trying to avoid it, even the dust of riba, okay, you will be terkena debu riba. So it's quite difficult to avoid at the moment. But we need to understand, okay, these are interest is actually is the one of the major financial calculation of currencies, of stock market, of the banking system. Okay, so interest rate. So for example, for currency, okay, the currency exchange, okay, interest rate home compared to interest rate foreign, okay, against also the inflation rate home against the inflation rate foreign, then we can get the foreign exchange rate. So which is not based on real economy, it's based on interest and inflation, which is numbers. Okay, we continue on. The unique needs and circumstances, okay, may restrict certain asset classes. If you have unique needs and also circumstances. For example, if you are looking only at the Sharia compliant, right? Or you want to look at only stock market only, I don't want to look at other things, so only stock market, certain class, okay? Or you want only to unit trust, okay? Alright, so you may restrict to only certain assets, okay, depending on your preference. Okay, maybe you say I don't want to look at stock market, out stock market, out suku, out unit trust, ASB only. Right, ASB only, tabung haji. Okay, right, halas. That's okay. So you already have your territory, okay, your boundary. You need to set up the boundary. Where do you want to go, right? Some people, they don't want to go for currencies exchange, forex. Okay, no forex, right? No commodities, no index. Index pun sekarang orang boleh trade juga index, kan? Alright, no options, no futures or something like that. Okay, alright. So depends on your preferences. Then you look at the constraint and preferences, time horizon, objective may require specific planning horizon. Liquidity needs, matters should also know future cash needs. You want to use that money. Okay, ada there is one of my Telegram group asking, okay, I want to get married, so I want apa dia nak pakai stok mana dia. So kan untuk dia ni kan high risk lah kan, tak kahwin kalau rugi tak. Tapi it's not that yang ni kan, dia sebenarnya is only the mas kahwin dia yang pentingnya kan, akad nikahnya kan, ijab kabul settle lah. Yang mungkin tu hantaran tu yang dia nak mai lama lambat kan. Kalau tak sekejap je. Tapi dia tanya what would be the best kan, susah juga nak risiko dia patutnya dia kena tanggung kan. Kalau dia nak tanggung ni, so liquidity tu, because dia nak kahwin, they say 1 year, okay, you need to find liquid asset yang boleh keluar cepat dan boleh gandakan Dia kalau dia letak dalam ASB, berapa persen? 6%. Kan? Dia letak 10,000 baru dapat 6%. Cukup ke tak kan? Dia kalau dia nak macam tu, okey, dia nak gandakan berapa banyak kan? So mana dia nak letak? Itulah tu risiko. High risk, high return. Kan? So dalam setahun dia cakap nak buat. Okey. Kan? Very difficult lah. 50%. Kalau nak cari 50% ke, normally 10-20% tu mungkin boleh lagi lah. Okay, tax consideration, ordinary income versus capital gain. Okay, retirement program offer tax sheltering. Okay, ordinary income biasalah kita kena tax. Zakat lagi kan. So, ini elemen tax and zakat. Okay, zakat on capital gain. Okay, zakat on stocks. And also zakat on your income. Okay, so this is also need to be considered. Okay. Legal and regulatory requirement, prudent man rule, follow in fiduciary responsibility. Interpretation can change with time and circumstances. Standard applied to individual investment rather than the portfolio as a whole. Okay. Capital market expectation. Okay. Look at macro, macro factors, expectation about the capital markets. Micro factors estimate that influence the selection of particular asset for a particular portfolio. So you have market, you have stocks. Okay. Macro is the market. Micro is the stock. Okay, the particular stock, the counter. Rate of return assumption make them realistic. Kadang-kadang we are too greedy. That's why we lose. If you are a trader, let's say you have achieved 5% on that particular day, then you need to sell. Sometimes we think, oh, I can make more. Normally when I do that, if I do that, I will end up losing. Right? I've already made my 5%, but I say, okay, probably it can go to 7%. Right? Or maybe I already made 700 ringgit for that day. Okay, I just want to bid more, bid 1,000. But I end up losing 1,000 because of the greed. Okay, that's why when you are, for example, you are trading. If you are a trader, okay, you have a trading plan. What will be your target? What will be your target for your cut loss? Can you have to follow your trading plan? If you already achieved your 5% or you achieve your target price, then you have to sell. Okay, if the price does not go as what you plan, you have to sell also. Cut loss, right? Sometimes tak apa, boleh naik lagi, boleh naik. At the end of the day, you keep on losing, right? So that is something that you have to make them realistic. Yes, we can see that, oh, probably we can make a lot of money. We buy it now with 10 cents, it become 150 ringgit. Yeah. Yes, but how long will it take for 150 ringgit? Are you patient enough to stay that long? Normally, if you are a trader, okay, you make money a bit, you sell. Unless you are investors like Warren Buffett. Okay, what happened in the market, he just don't care. Right? If the price goes up, goes down, okay, he just let it be. Right? Until the right time to sell. Okay, the right time to sell, it might be probably if there is a major shift in the market direction, major shift, then you still have to sell. Okay, but you hold your portfolio until 10 years, maybe 10 years, and susah nak buat itu. Very difficult for us to do it. right? So we, because we have our time horizon just now. 1 year probably okay. 1 year we want to take back more money, right? Or maybe we have a time horizon of, yeah, if we have 10 years, then probably yeah you can keep your that money for 10 years. But if you want to use it on daily basis, and susah sikit. That one is day trader they call it. Day trader, they survive on that income for their living. Okay? They don't do anything else. They just trade. It can be a work. Can be a career. A career as a trader. Full-time trader. Okay? And full-time trader is just looking at the computer and ba 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 ba. Right. So uh, which is okay. Okay, I think it's okay. It's a good job, good business. You don't have to be. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to sweat. Okay. Only sweating when the price goes down lah, right? Macam tu kan. Okay, so that's why we have to study historical return carefully. Historical return carefully. That's why we need to know. Okay, example here. Okay, now let's look at. Okay, let's look at one example. Uh, what stock do you want to look? Stock apa nak tengok? Ha? Apa dia? Tahu ke tak apa-apa stock? Hmm? Ada banyak tu. Kalau kita tengok yang top 30 top volume, MYEG, Sapura Energy, Hibiscus, GSP, Nextgram. MYEG tahu? MYEG tahu? Ha? Ha? Ya. Nak tengok MYEG nak tahu apa cerita, apa jadi. Tapi ini because okay, we can study historical return, kan? But sometimes historical return does not shows abnormal return, abnormalities. MYEG give one good example of abnormality because of PRU. Okay, ini saya buka MYEG Jadi dia, walaupun kita boleh kaji historical data, kan? Tapi sometimes historical data pun dia tak boleh tunjuk sebab abnormal yang benda-benda yang abnormal ni dia ialah siapa tahu apa ni Barisan Nasional kalah, okay, after 60 years of what you call it, ruling in the country. So if you look MYEG, saya pernah tunjuk ke ni? Okay, so it goes from 250 something to 60 RM2.60. Now it is it's only 90 cent. You can see there is a Pandalela here. Sapura is different because Sapura has been in a downtrend for quite some time, but before the election, it started to reverse, reverse to increase lah. So it has to do something with PRU lah. Okay, now when we talk about historical data, this is very important for you to have historical data. Okay, this is historical data. I can track the price until June 2012. Okay, so this is when the Sakura is actually started. Okay, it goes to 5 ringgit. Okay, and then this is in 2014. Okay, 2014, 5 ringgit. Afterwards goes down and down and down and down and down and down and down until it seems that there is no end. There is no bottom yet. Right? You just imagine if you buy it here and you want to hold it. Right? You just want to say, I just want to hold it. I don't want to sell. Right? So what happened is that it goes until 40 cents, which is very, very big losses, right? But now it start reversing, okay? Start reversing, starting from here, okay? Starting from March 14. Now it's reversing. If you can see that it's actually in the uptrend, what I call it. So there is a possibility that this counter can become an uptrend. But from the history, you know, right? This counter has been gone through a very rough journey. Okay, rough journey since 2014, which is 4 years before. Okay, still giving dividend. This is 0.02, this is 0.0135, this is 0.01. So ada dividend juga. Dividend, tapi your tapi we look at the fundamental. So you need to look at the fundamental because saya punya tak elok lagi. Hari tu saya dah complain dah. Fundamental saya tak keluar sini. Chart access, please make sure that fundamental info is can be seen here. Hopefully the chart access can representative is also listening live ni. Ada live tak? Is it live? One watching now, so it's live. Okay. Chart access kena. Okay. So when we look at this, you have to look at the fundamental. Okay, fundamental is something like this lah. When we want to find the right person for us to become a wife, so you look at the fundamental. Okay, which is appearance, the empat lah tu bahasa Inggeris, empat benda yang Nabi apa, agama, syarikat, turunan, harta. So this four. We look at the fundamentals. Okay, but technical analysis is the time when you want to propose. Okay, first you look at the fundamental. Okay, alright, from all the counters, I want to do this. I want to select this. And then the technical analysis, which is the charting, all that, is the timing that you want to propose. Itu news, okay. That is one of the news is considered as fundamental also, but it's actually news. But you also have to look at the other aspect, example financial. You look at the net profit. You look also at the annual report. Okay, future. What will be in the future? But normally some people don't actually look in the future because they say that the future is unpredictable. But there is what call it potential growth, potential in the future of the company if they are having a very systematic plan. Right. There are companies they don't receive. Okay, 3 years without dividend. Okay, companies looking at dividend whether they want to give or not. It depends on the company's discretion, right? Depending on their dividend policy. Okay, there are two types of income in the stock market. One is capital appreciation, the other one is dividend income. So if the company cannot pay dividend income, okay, normally the investors will focus on capital appreciation, which is the price of the share. But if the company give a lot of dividend, normally the price does not goes up as much as the one that they don't give. Okay, because there are trade-off between that. High dividend, low capital appreciation. No dividend, maybe high capital appreciation. But sometimes no dividend because of the company is making losses. So it depends. Okay, so historical data is very important. You can look at the historical data. You can look at the fundamental. You can look at the fundamental of historical data whether the company is making or losing. Okay. Okay, this is we have look at two examples there, right? Then let's look at the constructing the portfolio. Now, how do you want to construct the portfolio? What's the time now? Okay. You will just remind me when we are 12:25 so that we can. Okay. Alright, because you're until 12:30, right? Supposedly 3 hours. It's okay because I also already made an appointment with my PhD student. So she want to see me at 12:30. Okay, use investment policy and capital market expectation to choose the portfolios of assets. Okay, define securities eligible for inclusion in a particular portfolio. You have to define what type of, example, securities that you want to include. If you want to find that all securities which are only above Awan Nano, Ichimoku Cloud, then you only choose that. One criteria. Ni Awan Nano ni tadi ni. This is the Ichimoku. Okay, this is Ichimoku Cloud. Okay, something to do lah with. So you want it to be only on top of the cloud. So for example, this is on top. Okay, then one criteria inside your. Probably you want to only put uptrend counters only. You don't want to downtrend counters. So if this is uptrend, then you can put it. Right. So how to detect uptrend or downtrend? Yeah, look at the historical, but you don't have to look at the too long. You can look at first. You have to look at the the history, okay, because you can want to see the overall price, what happened to the stock. Okay, you can give some indication. This price has been what I call it downtrend for 4 years already. Now, okay, you want to know whether it's actually uptrend or downtrend. You look at where is the volume. For example, this is using technical, right? Using technical is the timing when you want to enter into the market. Okay, one of the criteria, for example, it is already up from the Ichimoku cloud, kan? So ini dah ni kan. Okay. Tapi sekarang ni nak tahu dia uptrend ke tak, okay, normally we will only look at the time frame whereby the volume comes in. Okay, you see that there is volume here. This is volume. Okay, bawah tu. Okay, all this two that are volumes. Volume means that people, investors coming in, buying and selling the shares. If you look at this, the volume comes in as compared to the volume 4 years ago. You can see no volumes. Okay, very small volumes. Okay. So when you buy something that is popular. Don't buy something which is not popular. So here is not popular, not liquid. It's very difficult to sell, for example. Starting here, okay, it start to become popular. Sapura. Last time I have one of my colleague, my group members in Telegram keep on asking, can buy Sapura or not? Can buy Sapura or not? At that particular time, it was like this. It was still here. I said no. Downtrend. Okay, lupakan. Tinggalkan dia. Kan? Can buy or not? I said no. Lupakan. Kan? It's just like cinta kan? Okay, stock market. You don't fall in love with the stock. If it's time for you to leave, leave. Right. If time for you to say, kan, kita putus di sini kan, putus. Right. Jangan tunggu sebab, kan, if you let's say kat sini sepatutnya you dah putus. You tak putus. Sampai sini. Setia. Setia. You cannot be setia like that. Zero tak boleh lah. Zero dah habis lah. Dah tutup. Dah dia akan jadi PN17 dan terus delisted. Delisted. Tidak nak keluarkan daripada. Ya. Tak semestinya zero. Dia kalau dia sampai satu tahap, when there is the Securities Commission list them as the PN17. PN17 is problematic companies lah, counters. So they have to submit like a 1 year regularization plan. How they want to regularize, okay, their company back. They're given some period of time. Okay, a lot of companies also has been in the PN17. PN17 nanti dia macam, tapi dia tak masuk PN17. Yang masuk ialah macam Somatek baru masuk. TH Heavy, itu dah masuk. Banyak sebenarnya yang PN17 yang dia dah alert, maksudnya they have to come up with a regularization plan that can actually. So basically so when you can see that volume comes in here. Okay, so now we can see. Last time no see. Now we can see. Then we can see that whether this actually uptrend or not. Okay, first we look at Ichimoku. Okay lah, okay, dia dah start keluar kan. Uptrend ni is actually stating that you have a higher high and higher low. What is higher high and what is higher low? Saya dah cerita lah dengan kelas. Dah cerita kan? Have I told you about higher high, higher low? Oh. Okay, one of the rule of uptrend counters, you must have higher high, higher low. Higher high, which means that this is higher high, this is higher high. Higher high, 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 becoming higher and higher and higher. H, H. This is higher high, this is higher high. This is higher low, higher low. Okay, we have high, low, high, low. So higher high, higher high. Compared to during downtrend, okay, during downtrend, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, your high become lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay, that is LH. Okay, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, this is lower high tapi dia naik balik kan? Tapi still lower high, lower high, lower high. So this confirm downtrend. And also your lower low is lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. Ini naik sikit tapi still dia ni lower low, downtrend. So lower high, lower low, downtrend. Higher high, higher low, uptrend. Okay, so you need to know whether it's uptrend or not. So here, if you look at here, this is the time whereby volume start to come in, right? But you can see that this would be the bottom, right? The bottom at 40 cents. Now, I don't personally buy at the bottom because there is, okay, probably some people say that you can buy at the bottom because there's no more risk. There's the very low risk already. You cannot go down already because that is the bottom of the sea. Dari lantai dah dia cakap ni. So they buy. But I don't know. I said, oh, okay, but for me, I still said, okay, no, I don't want to buy because my criteria of inclusion is uptrend. Okay, because just now we say that your criteria, right? So if you say that your criteria is bottom, you should buy that. Your criteria, right? You buy at the bottom, then you buy at 40 cents. But if you buy at uptrend, then you have to buy when only higher high, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low, confirm is uptrend, then we can actually buy. So this is confirm uptrend. If you look at this, confirm uptrend, right? Because it's already
buy on bank, sell on good.
Buy on
Bank, sell on good.
Sell on
Good.
Okay. Buy on bear, which means that you will buy during the bear. This is bear. Tapi don't buy during bear. Kan? You buy during bear sini. Contoh sini. Lama lagi. So you want to buy really kalau nak belilah. Kalau bila buy on bear tu, buy at the bottom. Bottom. Where is the bottom? Huh? Cannot predict. That's the uptrend. You can buy during uptrend. This is Sapura. Sapura Energy. Sapura. Okay, to the rule of inclusion, we want to include that as your, we call it your investment, right? Satu tadi macam saya pakai Ichimoku, dia dah tembus cloud. Satu lagi uptrend. Okay, lagi satu mungkin you nak tengok apa-apa kriteria lain. Okay, Fundamental tadi, fundamental memang kena tengok, itu asas dia kan. Kriteria pemilihan tadi 4 tu. Then only you look at the timing, when is the time terbaik. Lose or gain is normal, biasa. Kalau tak ada rugi, it's not investment, it's not, you need to reduce the risk je. Itu je, we have to reduce the risk yang kita nak reduce. Okay, saya pun pernah juga yang masa time saya baru belajar apa semua, banyak juga yang loss apa semua kan. Tapi ya tak tengok risk, tak tengok apa, risk dia terlampau tinggi sangat. Okay, so example, okay, so basically you need to understand what will be the inclusion criteria, and then what will be the portfolio that you want to include in your portfolio. Kan, you kena ada kriteria ni, strict criteria, very very strict. Okay, jangan bagi slacks dekat tu, macamnya tak apalah, boleh lah. Tu yang buat kita loss kan. Dah. Okay, dah lebih masa. Okay, ya, kita tunggu. So with that, we will continue on our lecture on the next week, the same time. So insyaAllah. So with that, we close the session with tasbih kafarah and surah An-Nas. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Oh, je besar.